Hi there, Road Trip Pete here. I am here at the beautiful Willett Distillery. So beautiful campus here. I was not allowed to film inside or on the tour, unfortunately. But that's okay. So let's just kind of show you the grounds. So these are the rick houses. They are undergoing some expansion, some major expansion actually. So here we have a lake. I guess you got some, what are those, geese? They're kind of chilling out. No fishing. I guess the geese are allowed to. So inside, they have like the old buildings. I'm gonna kind of walk past one here. It's actually very nice. It says nope, so you cannot go in there. Not sure what this is. I guess maybe for tour buses. I don't think you have public transportation coming out this way. So they have a bar. Gift shop is at the bottom and a tasting room. Let's see, they had the rick houses. So they first took us in to that building that's in front of us. And that's where they distill the juice. It's kind of a mix with modern as well as, you know, the old school. They have like an older or old school pot still. So for those of you fans of Willett Pot Still, they come in the crazy looking bottle. And that's where they do it. Once again, we weren't allowed to film inside, but on the grounds, it shouldn't be an issue. So very nice. Yeah, so like I said, a mix with old school and new school. Pretty amazing. So yeah, a lot of modern equipment in there. So one of the cool things I learned was that when Heaven Hill had their distillery fire, I think it was in the 90s, big storms rolling through, and lightning struck one of the rick houses and basically destroyed a couple of them, and actually really messed up their production. They got back on their feet. Other distillers such as Jim Beam actually helped them out, you know, to get their feet back on the ground. But one of the cool things is that Willett here is on one of the higher properties in the county, and what separates the Heaven Hill Distillery, which is right down the street from Willett, is that Willett, or between the two properties, is Rowans Creek, and that basically saved this property from actually getting the fire, because Rowans, or the river was, or the creek was actually on fire also. And with this being on high ground in the creek, that helped separate the two properties. So this one actually survived because of that. So got more rick houses in the back, and they are building more rick houses off property as they are expanding quite well. You see that the rick houses are covered. The outside is actually like a siding just for aesthetics, because if they were all white, they would be covered up with a fungus that in this area where there's a lot of distilleries, the fungus grows on trees And if you had like a white rick house, it would be pretty much black. And you could see that that fungus is actually creeping up, you know, the rick house. So yeah, if it was all white, it would be covered in that fungus. That fungus is not harmful, but you do see it on trees. You'll see it on siding, and if you have white siding on your house, probably not a good idea in this area. I believe they have, yeah, they have a bar, and I can smell like a barbecue thing going on. So I believe they also have a restaurant. So once again, just walking around the property. It's very beautiful. It's about 72 degrees. It says, nope, you can't go in there. And public transportation, probably not likely, but tour buses, yeah, probably. So there we have it. The Willett Distillery. Absolutely amazing. Very, very neat here. Yeah, unfortunately, couldn't film inside, but that's okay. You know, they called it, it's their place, and they have rules, and I get it. So, beautiful Bardstown, Kentucky. This is Road Trip Pete. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a like. Hit that subscribe button. And we'll see you on the next video. So give me that thumbs up, guys. And here at the Willett Distillery. Give them a visit. You got Heaven Hill right down the road. I'd say about 2 minutes away. So very, very cool. Both of them are actually really cool to visit. And real nice people here at both distilleries. So Road Trip Pete, over and out.